Hurry up, my heart rate's at 100. I'm gonna die.
All right, all right. We gotta make accommodations. Welcome everybody to episode 3, but actually episode 2 of the official pod. No, that's not our podcast.
No, it's alright. Keep going. All right, we'll make the
No,
victim tie
keep
continue.
keep keep going. Roll with it.
Yeah. Welcome to
Episode 2 of the
episode
Shameless
2.
Plug podcast. That's us. I am twitch.tv/TMT Coco. Who am I with?
I'll lick my sock 117.
All right, very good. Well, as you can
But
see,
my friends call me sock.
that's weird, but okay. So,
You can call me lick.
as you can see, we are slightly in distress. Sock here is in a half-dead state, and, well, I don't know what's wrong with me, really, but...
Don't make me laugh, it hurts.
Yeah, we're going with it. Alright, well, if you don't want to laugh, I probably shouldn't start with this, but I wanted to bring up... I've seen this on TV, I've heard it on the radio, that there's a contest related to the new TV show or reboot or adaptation, I don't know what you want to call it, of MacGruber. We talked about this a little bit before the show, but I'm only familiar with MacGruber from The Office. Michael Scott references him a few times, and that's pretty much all I know about him. And then I read that it's like, I think it's an SNL skit originally. I don't know if they ever did anything else with it, but it's coming as an on-demand TV show now, I'm pretty sure. And they're running a contest, and the contest basically says, enter to win I think it's a 1990 Miata or something. It's the car that the character MacGruber drives. And then at the end of the commercial, they say, "Oh, there's actually a legal, piece written here that says you won't actually win the car, but instead you'll win a cash prize of 69,000. No, yeah, $6,969.69, and it's real. I that it. I looked at him like, is this like also part of a joke? Is there going to be another thing that says what? But no, it's actually a prize for six nine
MacGruber's
six
just
nine
gonna be
point
that
six
trolly.
nine dollars. Yeah,
Have you entered?
I have not, but I've never seen something so just blatantly like memey
Out to lunch?
actually like on TV and like big radio stations and everything. It's weird. I wasn't expecting
Right.
it.
Because like MacGruber, he's supposed to be like a parody, or the show's supposed to be a parody of the old show in like the '80s MacGyver, the guy that would like get out of any situation by like making these inventions like out of nothing.
Yeah, he was basically like a
Like,
genius, and then I guess MacGruber is just an idiot.
yeah, like I don't, yeah. But I guess like I've never seen any MacGruber. Like I don't know if this is like the first time a serious run of that has been going on. It's crazy that's going to be on Peacock because I'm pretty sure that's what took over the Office streaming for the states. Like I don't think they
Yeah,
have it on Netflix anymore, right? So I think that's what MacGruber's coming. So it's just funny that that's where you heard it from was The Office. Like that's kind of nuts.
yeah, like that
But
was the only reference I'd ever known it from. Was just Michael Scott. I just remember one scene. I don't even know what he did, but I just remember him yelling MacGruber like just out of the blue, and that I just instantly remembered it. I'm like, I know that, and it seemed like a commercial that Michael Scott would make.
no, for sure. No, yeah, like I think it was some science class. I want to say it was like grade 9 or 10 in like high school, and like when the teacher was either too hungover or just didn't feel like teaching that day, he would throw on like MacGyver, and that's the only time I've ever seen it. Like I wouldn't even know where to watch it now, nor did I ever actively watch it. But I just remember the one episode where like him and this girl are trapped, and there's some antagonist that's like keeping them hostage, the chick hostage, and the antagonist has like all these robots, like they're patrolling robots, but they look so bad. Like by
Like
now,
just
Star
uber
Wars has
low
been out for
budget.
like, oh yeah, like by now Star Wars has been out for like 5 years when these like when this TV show aired, and Like these guys got nothing on R2. You know what I'm saying? Like they look bad. They weren't even gonk droids. They were just bad gonk droids on wheels.
Just trash
And
cans that they found near the set.
oh yeah, well now that you said that, like they look like literal stainless steel trash cans on Roombas. Like that's what they look like.
Awesome.
Anyway, so MacGyver's got to like make some inventions. I can't remember what he makes, but he makes like some kind of inventions to like take down the robots and save the girl. You know, classic kind of 80s action TV show.
Yeah. But
So I'd give MacGruber a go. A
yeah, I mean, if it's a combo of that and like Michael Scott from The Office, it's probably not horrible.
little bit of Get Smart in there, you know.
Well, yeah, I guess that is basically just MacGruber with Michael
That
Scott. Literally Michael
yeah, for
Scott.
sure. I forget about that movie sometimes.
I could never forget. It's the only movie where Dwayne The Rock Johnson, one, isn't in a jungle, and two, is the bad guy. I'm pretty sure. It's
Yeah.
insane just thinking of The Rock now. I don't know how he ended up. I don't know if he willingly backed himself into that corner to get typecast as Man in Jungle, but I saw a photo and it was like a collage, I guess, of The Rock, and he looked almost the same in all of them, and they were all different movies. Like the Rundown, Jumanji 1 and 2, Jungle Cruise,
Jungle
and
Cruise, yeah.
it's like the same shirt too. It's got the same chest
Oh
pockets
yeah.
and everything. He just keeps one costume and just wears it to every movie he does.
It's like a shiny Q-tip.
Yeah, I don't get it. I guess he likes it. I mean, I wouldn't
I
complain if I
mean, his
made
wallet
millions of dollars
is
to do it.
that's
But
right.
it's just weird that he just got sucked right into it, and that's pretty much his whole identity now.
Holy hell, I looked down at my Apple Watch and I was looking at my heart rate for a bit. I looked down, it says 1823 and I
Oh,
almost spit out
very
my
good.
water. I realized that I think that's calories in the last hour, but like I don't know what that is. Anyway,
God, I hope that's not the
sorry,
last
mild
hour.
heart
That's
attack
like
there.
my whole day's worth of calorie burn.
I know.
Good lord.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm just happy that The Rock has like just given up on the Fast and Furious. Like that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
well, there's that thing that Vin Diesel. I think it was just like a Instagram post or some kind of social media post where he basically said like, "Look, you gotta come back. You gotta do it for family." And he just said, "Yeah, no, not
Yeah,
a
no,
chance."
not doing it, Chief. Which is crazy.
Yeah, like
I mean, when was the last one of those you watched? Like I haven't seen one of those and
um,
since Fast Five, I think was the last one I seen.
I mean, I've seen I think most of them kind of intermittently, but the last one I watched start to finish was what was the one with The Rock and oh, what's his name? He's in Expendables.
Jason
Yeah.
Statham,
What was the one with two?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
kind of like
No, I
spin
never
off.
seen that.
Anyways, it wasn't like the whole deal. So I watched
I'm
that
just
one. But
happy that they don't take themselves serious.
what do you mean? They're serious when they
Like
went to
like the
space.
Fast and Furious movies. No, no. I never seen the movie, but like I heard about it. They're not taking that seriously. There's no way.
So, well, I think the problem is people thought that these were movies about street racing, which you couldn't be more wrong. These are movies about family. And you can have family when you're street racing, when you're fighting like rogue governments in the Arctic, when you're in space. So I don't think they really deviated too far from the
Using
originals.
the cars to steal safes, like
Yeah, as you do. I mean, Jack
that's
Sparrow
the
did it
last
with
one I
like
seen.
a cart. So
The last good Pirates movie, yeah. Actually, just the last
no,
Pirates
yeah,
movie.
just the last Pirates movie. Let's not go too far. The good Pirates movies were a trilogy, and then
No, that's
it
right.
kind of went
Just
downhill.
like the Halo games
Yeah, and Star Wars times two, in my
and
opinion.
Gears of War.
And just about anything that's had over three movies probably should have stopped at three, except for Rush Hour. That should have kept going. And I'm very,
Yeah, well, I
very
agree with
upset
you there.
that it
Yeah.
there's still every once in a while, like once or twice a year, I'll see something where they're like, yeah, they're still working on a script. like Jackie has said for sure, 100% he wants to do it,
Already.
and I think Chris Tucker wants to now. I know for a while he didn't because he stopped acting because apparently he got like really religious. Like he just stopped acting, he stopped drinking, he stopped doing
Oh,
anything, and just got like uber religious for a while. I'm pretty sure that's why he like kind of disappeared. Like he was getting really big, and then he just stopped, and now he doesn't do anything with Hollywood really. But I'm pretty sure he said he'd do another Rush Hour at some point. But yeah, that one should have kept going for sure till at least six, and then I'd probably
to
start getting sick of.
6.
Yeah.
Did you see they're making a new Expendables?
Again? Why?
Well, I mean, they've been making. Well, it's not like it's a sequel. It's like Expendables 4
I'm trying to remember what happened
with
at the end of the
Sylvester
last one.
Stallone.
Did anything really happen? I feel like they all kind of
Well,
end
like
similar to
they,
how they start, but I thought he was like old and they kind of
well, they're going against like Mel Gibson, right? Like he was an expendable that like turned bad,
right. I kind of
and
figured they would just
obviously,
stop it there because
right. But I think that was the plan. But then they're like, wait a second, we can make a bunch more money.
yeah, but that one was always like the Stallone show. It was like an Adam Sandler movie to me, where it was just
Right.
instead of
His
Sandler, it
buddies.
was Stallone was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get my friends and we're gonna blow stuff up and call it a movie.
Yeah, but I'm down with that. It's a guilty pleasure. It's like Transformers. It's a guilty pleasure
Yeah, I
franchise.
just thought he was done after the last one because they kind of semi wrote him out, saying he was like super old and they're replaced by like the younger group and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
you're not wrong.
I guess he kept going with
With the
like Creed and stuff for Rocky. So as long as he's in them
there's another one of
somewhere.
those coming out too.
I, I only saw
Creed 3.
part of the first one, first Creed. The only Creed? Is that the only Creed? I lost track.
No, there's 2 of
Oh,
them
yeah, I saw part of the first one. That was it.
with Michael B.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
making me think of Michael Bolton. So
Oh
yeah,
yikes.
I mean yikes, man, it's good.
He's all right. What did you ever see the movie Office Space?
No,
Oh, there's a Michael Bolton joke in there. Like one of the office workers, like so. Okay, so they're about. Long story short, new management takes over, and it's just like a cubicle office where they just rewrite lines of code for like the 2000 Switch or whatever.
oh yeah,
And a bunch of new managers come in, and they're gonna downsize, like they're gonna get rid of a bunch of the employees. And so they're doing like one-on-one interviews or whatever. And as an employee, you're doing anything you can to impress the managers, right? So anyway, like the one guy's name is Michael Bolton.
no,
And so he sits down and they're like, "Oh, like, are you related to the singer?" And then, so of course, he sucks up to him, right? He's like, "Oh yeah, I love his music or whatever. What's your favorite song?" And he's like, yeah, all of them, you know."
just blatantly doesn't know any.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, so big of a fan, can't even pick a favorite song. I like them." That's a great movie, man. I'm surprised you haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Michael Bolton has so many random like cameo things. Like the big one that
Well,
I'm
just his
thinking of.
name.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking of the song that he did with the Lonely Island, like the comedy music group where he sings
Yep. Yep.
about Jack Sparrow and then like Forrest Gump and Scarface and stuff. And it's good.
Yeah.
Like I would listen to just that part if it existed. It's catchy. It gets me every time. I used to listen to that song probably more than I should. But I guess Lonely Island pretty much died off too. I haven't heard a word about them in 10 years, which is probably for the best. But
Yeah, I don't really think that the only place they had to go was down, in my opinion. Like, I don't think they were gonna blow up.
yeah, I think that was like kind of early era internet where groups like that and like what was it, LMFAO were really popular.
Yeah,
And then people are
like
like,
2008.
yeah, and then people were like, wait, this actually kind of sucks. And then like decent stuff started to come out. Well,
Right.
somewhat decent stuff.
Yeah, then PewDiePie made his YouTube channel.
Yeah, everybody followed him.
Uh,
Now, for context, do we want to speak slightly about why you were on the verge of death, risking your life for the fans of the Shameless Plug podcast, the podcast that I definitely didn't forget the name of at the start?
right, for sure. No, it's no big deal, really. Myself and my partner there, and she signed us up for. She had to get a booster shot, so we were both fully vaccinated.
And there goes the entire
I
anti-vax community that was watching us.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like we do them because like we have to for our jobs. Like basically, it's not up to you if you want to work.
Yeah.
So like, anyway, so we got them both for work, and then now these boosters are coming out, and her work was like, well, you got to get the booster now. And she's like, oh okay, and they're like, oh, and everybody in your household has to have the booster as well.
Oof.
And we're like, okay. She signs up for those last weekend. They were recording this on Tuesday the 18th.
Yep. The
So
day it's
last
coming out.
weekend there, and we go in the afternoon, and my two pokes before they were both Pfizer. I felt fine. Like there's nothing out of the ordinary. Just like all the common symptoms just afterwards, a little bit of nausea and everything after the second one. Anyway, long story short, we go for the booster shot down at the Coast Guard base, and we get the poke. We just small talk. Then we go to the parking lot and wait there for 20 minutes, like they tell you to do, and there was nothing wrong. And went out, did a little bit of grocery shopping afterwards, and probably about 40 minutes after the booster shot, pulled into the driveway, and I was driving, and she was beside me, and holy gee, I thought I was gonna die. Like my heart just like basically exploded,
I thought
and
originally
I
you were
thought
by
like,
yourself. I didn't
no,
realize.
no, she was with me,
That's probably for the best.
but like it was like right as we were coming down like the home stretch, like on our road, like pulling into the driveway, I was like, at first I just like I kept it to myself like until I parked the car. And then, like, I kind of slowly got out of the car. She's already on like unloading groceries, and she asked, "You all right?" And I said, "Jesus, like, I don't know if I just have like gas or like I might be dying, but like maybe it'll just blow over." Me being like young in my 20s, I'm like, there can't be anything wrong. I'm just gonna walk it off. Be a man,
No,
whatever.
our
Something,
brain
something,
says we're
something my
still
dad told me.
invincible, but our body
Yeah,
is very quickly deteriorating.
that's right. And anyway, I figure I'll just walk it off. 10 minutes, keep unloading groceries, and no, it's just getting worse. Like, just like my heart rate must have been at least like a buck 30. I don't know. And like my chest was like all tight. It felt like there was a fat kid sitting on me. And it's like eventually I'd like sit down, and she was like, "Jesus, let's go to the hospital now." And I said, "No, no, like just so I catch my breath here." And then like there was a moment where like I had this look of fear on my face, like, "No, no, get your keys.
Yep.
We
No.
we gotta
Yeah.
we gotta go to the hospital. I think I'm actually gonna die." Like I hadn't felt that in either at all or a really long time anyway. Like the actual fear of death. Like
Yeah. No. Not
anyway,
since you like got a call from your parents telling you to take something out of the freezer, and you remembered just as they're coming in the door that you forgot to do it. Similar feeling to that, I'm
right?
sure.
Yeah, oh yeah. Or like waking up like 7 minutes before, or like 2 minutes before your bus comes to your bus stop or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Knowing your parents are gonna have to drive you. Anyway, so anyway, the booster shot was a Moderna, and turns out it was one of those poor buggers that had a bad reaction. Anyway, I went to the hospital. And I can't remember the fancy name for the reaction that is, but they gave me
It's
2 pokes of IV, and I was there for a couple hours.
yeah.
Myocariosis, some I don't know.
Well, that would be you being frozen, I believe. But no,
No, I'm not
they
Walt
told me
Disney.
it was myocarditis and pericarditis are the two.
That sounds right. One of the
I
two.
can't
I
remember what the
didn't.
difference was, but
In the moment, it was the last thing I was caring about. I was like, listen, like, are we gonna make it or, you know?
yeah,
Anyway, it was all good there. I spent a couple hours there, but anyway, I learned afterwards. So like, it was a Moderna booster, and apparently, like across the rest of Canada, like they're not even giving it out to people that are under 29 because like more and more of these cases of this reaction are coming out,
yeah.
and
I
so
think we're pretty much like the worst group to get it. The the doctor that I had for my second one because it was Moderna. He said to me, he was like, yeah. So this can have possible bad reactions. The primary group is mainly people like 20 to 30 range, I think, or something like that, and men and people like of any weight. So basically, you. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like the perfect target. Like if Venom, if like the Venom symbiote was coming to Earth and like those were the requirements needed, like bam, I'm lining right up for him because like even today I'm still not feeling 100%. But here on like the island, like out here on Newfoundland, like they're just giving out what they got. Like I don't really think they're picking and choosing who's getting the what. Like they're just dishing out like what they got, trying to get their booster percentage up. So I don't know.
yeah, that's what I thought they were doing here. But yeah, anyone under 30 can only get Pfizer, and then anyone over 30 is getting the Moderna.
Yeah, it would have been a lot cooler to know that like 3 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it would be like for me now because I had Moderna once. I don't know if it would just double whammy me and I would just flat out my heart would explode, or how, or if I'm like immune now, or how that works. But yeah, if it,
Um,
my third would be Pfizer, which I don't really remember much happening after my first one. Like, definitely wasn't as
no,
bad as
me
the
neither.
second. It's just, it's like Ghostbusters. It's when you cross the streams that's when bad things happen.
Yeah.
Like you just don't do it. Except, I guess they actually did do it and it worked out pretty well. But yeah, if you're listening, don't do it. Don't cross the streams.
But yeah, I was just lucky enough that like I live like right in town here, like on the island. So like the hospital was like literally like a 5 minute drive. For you, I think it might turn out a little bit different. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'd probably die like halfway there, but it's fine.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, no. Other than that, like I'm probably feeling like I don't know, probably 69%.
All right,
Back to
nice.
health. So
That's MacGruber numbers. Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I think I was just doubling down on the fact that I definitely would have died halfway to the hospital, given how far away it
Oh
is
yeah,
for,
oh yeah.
for me.
You better get Pfizer. You're gonna croak.
Yeah. But here it's only like 5 minutes they make you sit here now. Like you get it, you sit there for 5 minutes, you're out. Next person.
Yeah, you got too many people over there, man.
Oh, I fully agree with that. Like if this could selectively pick a certain type of person that I could specify, it wouldn't be so bad. But
Right, and we won't specify.
no, just people I do not like. Which, no
Right.
matter how I say this, I feel like I'm digging myself a hole because it sounds like I'm saying this with
No,
a
you
negative
are.
intention towards like a race or something, which it is not. To clarify, we're only what 3 episodes in. I don't want to get
Keep
canceled yet,
digging.
so
Keep digging.
I don't. I love all people, so that
I
couldn't
just
be
hate
me.
everybody equally.
Anyways, moving on. So yeah, you're almost
Oh
dead,
God.
risking your life for the community. So yeah, thank you for that.
Let's just say that I'm doing my part.
All right, I'm gonna have to edit that because that sounded significantly louder than the rest of you.
Yeah, a little bit of
I'll have to mess with that in the
mic eating there.
post, but that's fine. And I would imagine also by next podcast you'll probably have your Yeti set up, maybe. So depending on when we actually record the next one, if it's the day of again or something. So we'll both sound pretty radio manny, I suppose. So that'll be cool. We'll actually sound like we know what we're doing, unless we botch the intro again. In which case,
Right.
well, it'll be more accurate, I guess.
No, I dig it.
Yeah,
Keep it in there.
yeah. So another big part of the podcast, because we have continuities. We've been going for such a long time now. I honestly can't even remember when we started. Another thing we tend to do is have like a little moment of, I guess, like a shower thought moment. You know, where we ask the deep question.
You and I think about very different things when we're in the shower.
Yeah, but the key thing is we are in the shower right now together, and we're gonna talk.
Okay.
So The question I have for today, and I told you about this before the stream because you wanted to know, or not the stream. God's sakes. Okay,
Before the
we're
shower?
doing good. Yeah, the stream of water is what I was referring to. Yeah,
No, yeah.
yeah. Would you? So it's a would you rather. So it's a cheap kind of question, I suppose. But would you rather be totally oblivious? And this is in regard to your own life, things that are going on in your life. Would you rather be totally oblivious or aware of everything? So basically, like, would you rather know exactly how and when you die, or just not know about it, be oblivious? If you were like being cheated on, and I'm not pointing fingers, I'm not digging
what
myself
are you
into a
what are you trying
hole.
to say here?
Like, this is not
Oh
a
God.
roundabout way of me finding something out. This is just I was trying to give an example of the question.
I'm never going on a road trip with you
No,
ever.
yeah, but like that kind of thing. Where would you rather be like totally oblivious and just like going on with your day, no worries, you just don't know what's going on and you're fine with it, or would you rather know like everything that you could know?
I just, at a glance, without really diving too deep, I think I'd rather be oblivious. Because, like, I used to have a lot of goldfish, right? Like, and so did you, right? Like, you look at the goldfish, they don't know what's going on, but they're happy, Like, they're
They get the
just,
food every once in a while, and then
that's
the
it,
object
Like,
permanence goes away, and then they get food
they
again.
got it pretty friggin' good, if you ask me. Like, they don't know where they came from, they don't know where they're going. This is it. And I am honestly envious of the
I
goldfish,
mean, to be fair, my parents spent more on like decorations for goldfish tanks than they did for my room, so they got it
Right.
all right.
They got the crib, they got usually they got a homie, you got a little bit of, you're going through Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? You got the water, you got the food, you got the nice little plants, and you got somebody to talk to,
We had so much stuff. We had the plants, we had like the bubble makers, we had like a skeleton with a ship wheel and it had bubbles under it, so we would like rock back and forth. They had everything.
But like in regards to like if my girlfriend was cheating on me, like as long as I come home and like the driveway's shoveled or the grass is cut, I don't care.
Dear God. But like, yeah, the weird thing about being totally oblivious is like you wouldn't know anyways, so it's like it wasn't happening, I guess.
Well,
It's
I
like,
know she didn't cut the grass.
oh, okay, then, yeah. But then you're not oblivious, right?
Right.
You're
No,
still
you're
you're
right. So
putting
you
pieces
can't
together.
pick and choose.
Yeah.
All right, let's say we go the other one. Well, no, first, what would you rather be? What let's swing it back on you.
I originally leaned towards being aware of everything, but then I realized that would probably like be horrible because like there's you can't, if you know everything, stuff sucks. I feel like, oh yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna
like,
die
so do
in
you only know
8 years. Yep,
like
it's gonna be brutal. Yep,
yes,
that sucks. And there's nothing I can do about it. And time is marching down to that that type of thought
right?
process.
But then you get to milk like that 8 years. But like if you're the goldfish, like one day you're just belly up, you're just making a sandwich, you conk over dead in the kitchen. Like
God, now I'm just thinking of
that's my
Mama
worst
Cass from
nightmare.
the Mamas and the Papas who died from a ham sandwich. Rest in peace. We're dedicating this episode to
But
you.
what a way to go.
Yeah, I mean,
There's
could be
worse ways for
worse. Yeah.
sure. There's always a bigger fish.
Just a matter of how much was eaten first. Like, did you get to enjoy the sandwich? I guess, but
At least, as long as I got to the middle bite of the sandwich, if it like cut or uncut, the middle bite, the prime bite.
yeah, I would want a no crust bite in there somewhere
Mm.
for sure.
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay, we totally blew
What?
over the question by talking about ham sandwiches. Go on.
No, so you'd rather okay, hang on, keep going then.
No, no,
So
carry on.
no, but like you'd rather know everything. You were originally leaning towards that, but like what is shifted? Like so, like obviously your mind is
Well,
turned.
I'm realizing if you're oblivious, like what could possibly bring you down if you're like what could hurt you really if you just don't know that it's happening.
realizing you've been oblivious to the fact your girl's been cheating on you
But
the
you
whole
wouldn't be
time. I
oblivious.
don't
Like,
know.
yeah, it would suck. But if you are totally oblivious and you just have no
Right.
idea, it's like it's not. It's like stuff. Anything that isn't happening right in front of you isn't happening, basically. And then I guess at some point you'd still have stuff that brings you down. Like if your goldfish dies, you know that the goldfish is dead. But like what this originally stemmed from was I was thinking of like how way back when, especially with like the Vikings, they used to think that if they fought in battle, they would and died in battle, they would go to Valhalla, and they could just fight and eat forever. Basically, it was their whole like thought process, which is pretty oblivious. Like now we know, we're aware, we know science. You know, yeah, you're dead, you're dead. You're not gonna be transported. Like, well, we think we know. I don't know. I haven't died personally to verify any of this, but like compared to that state of being oblivious, where like you've got that like happy ending, like oh, if I go into this fight and I die, oh that's fine. Whereas now it's like oh god, I have to fight. I'm gonna die. I'm terrified. That was where this originally kind of came from, and then somehow moved towards being cheated on. I don't know how that worked, but
But like, are you oblivious though? If like that's what you believe, though, you know what I mean. Like, if you're oblivious, like you're just not supposed to know. You know what I'm
but
saying? Like, it's just
you're
weird how you got
oblivious
to
to
that
the
train of thought.
truth of it. Like what you believe
Well, you
isn't
can make your
necessarily
own
the
kind
truth.
of assumptions.
Yeah, like you that's still oblivion, essentially, at least the way I
Right.
think about it. Which realistically, like that's kind of what swung me. I would much prefer that over reality, I guess.
Instead of being like on a, I don't know,
Like
what
just
everybody
constant
else.
self-preservation mode that we have now, where we're
Right.
just like
Take a booster shot and think you're gonna die in panic. Yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, and you took the booster shot to make sure you didn't die. From like
Right.
it's everything now is like mild paranoia basically, whereas back then they had like glory in death. Like they're like, yeah, I'm gonna fight and I'm gonna die, and they were fine with it, and like that'd be great. Like just having no fear really. Like oh, if I die, I just it's like video games. Like oh, I died. Well, last checkpoint or restart the save. Like it's just it.
Her and I, yeah, just like veering off into quick saves, whatever. Her and I were playing the Master Chief Collection campaign together.
Right.
So we just finished Halo 2, started to play Halo 3, and it's all on heroic. And my God, the difficulty difference between Halo 2 and Halo 3, those jackal snipers, man,
Oh, they get you.
can't get
Yeah.
over
No. Bad time.
it. Two shots back to back. Like there's nothing you can do.
It's such a
Oh,
difference between the ones that have the plasma pistols and the ones that have the carbines.
oh
And
yeah,
then you have the
yeah.
beam rifle ones where it's like, well, we're staying behind this rock for a couple hours.
Like you and I played that game so much. Like I just know certain parts. I'm like, Lex, just chill here for a sec. I'll be right back.
Well, it got to muscle memory of just like aiming at the hand and then immediately aiming at the head when they pulled the shield back. Like it was one fluid motion basically on my hand.
And then like every other game, they would change where the gap in the shield was.
It alternated back and forth. Reach was
Yeah.
backwards, I
Oh,
think, and
wait till you play Infinite.
yeah, I still have to.
Do you know where? Do you know where the hole is in Infinite?
Is it at the top?
Yeah, it's at the top and bottom.
Wait, and the bottom?
Yeah. Well, there was two holes, right? Like one
Yeah,
at the elbow and then
yeah,
one
I
at like the
guess.
wrist. So like this is at the top and the bottom.
I mean, I guess that would be somewhat comfortable, like having your hand up and down as opposed to sideways. But
Well, I think the hands are still sideways. I think it's just the
oh,
shield
they just
design.
turned the shield itself. Well,
I think so. Yeah. Like
all
I don't
right.
know.
How do we make this different? Yeah, turn it
Game's
90
bad, man. Do
degrees.
you want me to keep going?
I mean, I don't really want to get into it too much since I haven't experienced it still, but I'm at the
Right.
point where, like, if I do experience a spoiler, it's kind of on me. But
I mean, yeah, it's on Game
I
Pass, so
yeah, but I don't want to play it unless I play it on an Xbox.
oh, well.
Big Xbox guy, which I guess can lead into our next thing. Breaking news as of uh, 10 hours ago that Microsoft is officially announcing that they're going to purchase Blizzard Activision and all their kind of subsidiaries, which is like the people that made Candy Crush, Infinity Ward and Treyarch that make Call of Duty. Raven Software, I think, is the one that makes or supports Warzone. And a couple others, kind of smaller name ones.
It's like $68 billion.
Oh yeah, it's not cheap. They
One
spent a
one
few
billion
points.
shy, you know? Imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I understand them not paying an extra $1 million, but
Not million,
or sorry, yeah,
billion.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
It's a weird concept too because like
Right?
they're buying it, but they're not buying it from anybody because it's a publicly traded company. All they're doing is buying all the stocks. So they're buy. It's like they were just floating there, and Microsoft just like absorbed them and just paid out all the different stockholders, which is weird.
But like, do you remember? It was like 10 years ago now that Disney's had Star Wars for 10 years. They only paid George Lucas 4 billion.
Yeah, and they got MCU for 4 billion as well.
Was that 4 billion? I
Yep.
couldn't remember.
Yeah, they were both right around 4 billion because it was around the same time.
But like, it goes to show like just what these like our parents like. I don't think like they still think movies are the biggest money makers. Like gaming is bigger than movies now, in my
I
opinion.
think it has
Like if
been
you have a
for a while,
franchise,
really. Like ever since
yeah,
like
like
I guess like probably the Halo 3 and like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 slash Black Ops era. I think that was when games started to get like really big, where like
before the dark times.
where franchises started like coming out of games instead of just like, yeah, we made one game, now we're gonna make a different game.
Yeah,
Stuff where people were like lining up outside of stores and stuff. Like I think it's partially just because you always hear, oh, this movie broke box office records with this much money in the opening weekend and stuff. But you never really see that for games unless you're following like actual gaming related sources. But and same with like movie awards are significantly more viewed and hyped up than video game awards. Like the video game awards used to be on Spike, and they were kind of a joke. And I mean now
Spike,
they're
what a
still
great
goofy,
channel.
but yeah, rest in peace, Spike, which is now
Rest in Spike.
what is it, Paramount TV or something like that. And Paramount is
And that's
such a
what
horrible channel. It has like
well, the Halo series is coming out on Paramount Plus. I don't remember
yeah,
when.
um, I think it was before the summer, sometime in the spring, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I have high hopes for that. Like,
No, it's gonna be
like
terrible.
they can make Chief look good and like the human side of it fine, but the animation has to be so good, or else it's just gonna be garbage. And I don't know that a TV show really has the budget for that.
I mean, I don't know. They're putting like 10 million into each Mandalorian episode and Book of Boba Fett episode,
Yeah, but
but that's Disney.
yeah, that's a bit more established too, because like Disney's messed around with it for a little bit and stuff, and they have so much money, whereas the Halo it's kind of fairly new ground for them, I guess. But but yeah, back to the actual like topic of them buying it. Do you think it would be like what would you prefer if they made it like all the we'll just talk about Call of Duty. They also have like Warcraft and Overwatch and stuff now, but like just Call of Duty. If they made it like 1 year time limited thing or like an exclusive to Xbox. Would you like that or hate that?
Well, being an Xbox guy, like it's all the same to me. But like, I don't care. I don't play the new Call of Duties to be honest. Like, the last one I played is it's pretty recent. It's the one before this year's. It was Cold War,
Yep.
and it's all right. But it feels like the one I bought 10 years ago. Like like it's like buying an EA sport game.
Yeah.
If you have the one from 2010, you have the one from this year.
It seemed like they kind of changed it up with Modern Warfare, like the reboot one, because they changed the mechanics to be a little less arcadey. Like they added like gun mounting and peeking and stuff like that, and then they kind of got rid of it in Cold War and then Vanguard. It went back to being even more arcadey.
Well, Vanguard's broken right now. A pair of the shotguns are all that anybody uses
Yeah,
for
I
multiplayer.
haven't like I also have pretty much no interest in Call of Duty, but I don't think I'd want them to make it an exclusive because
Nor they shouldn't because just like what was I gonna? What else did they get? They
well
got
they got
like for
Bethesda.
Skyrim, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like it might be a timed exclusive, but like why would they limit themselves? Like, why not just make all the money? Like sell it to multiple platforms. Like they're already making like they're not making money off their consoles, right? They're making money off games and Game Pass.
yeah. Like I don't have a problem with them making some games exclusive, like Sea of Thieves. Yeah, 100% making it exclusive. That's fine. And the next Elder Scrolls, maybe like the just only because it's been so long since Skyrim. It's been forever that
Almost 10 years.
it's almost going to be like a new game rather than a continuation of a series. But if they ever took like the sports games or COD or Battlefield where you're getting something almost yearly, like Battlefield's a little longer, but anything like that, I feel like it's just dumb to limit to one console, and you can't like have a year delay on like a sports game because then the next game's out, so it's stupid that way, anyways. But like I saw a lot of people that were like, "Oh yeah, they should make an exclusive and stick it to Sony." And I'm like, well, they would definitely get people that jump ship, people that like only play Call of Duty and they play it on PlayStation would definitely switch. But I don't know, it feels scummy because then I know Sony would do the same thing. They'd buy some company.
But Sony does do the same thing already, right?
Yeah, Sony was always worse for it, where
Yeah,
they
like
would
they
limit
started
everything.
it.
But I just don't want it to escalate. Like right now, there's nothing from Sony that I really like any Sony exclusive that I really want. I did play the Spider-Man game and that was good, but they don't have like really big stuff that I care about.
They're only big to like the Sony people, like you know what I
Yeah,
mean,
you
like
have to
people
be
that
a
grew up
Sony
with
fanboy to
PlayStation.
care about half the Sony games.
Yeah, like Ratchet and Clank, never played it. Never played any of them. So when the new one came out, I was like, yeah, like right on.
They seem to have so many
Even it,
like childish games, I guess. Like Ratchet and Clank as an example, like yeah, I wanted to play them when I was like 8 ish, but I would have no desire to play it now. It's just too much of a
like
child's
if
game.
if I was at like a buddy's house, like yeah, I'd give it a go. I always got a PlayStation 5. I'll give it a go just to feel it out and whatever. But like, I don't care about the lore. I don't really care about the story because I didn't grow up with it.
Yeah, like I have the same problem with like the Switch and stuff. Like anything Nintendo, it just feels childish. Like I grew up playing a lot of Nintendo games on the Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo and had a Game Boy and stuff, but I don't know, I look at the library of games that the Switch has and they're all kids games. Like they're all animated.
Well, they're
They're
party
all
games, and for people that grew up with it,
yeah. Like and I had
because they remake the same seven franchise games
yeah,
every 5 years, right?
like
Like Lex, she loves her Switch. Right into it.
I would never really use it much if I had it. Like I know fair number of Nintendo like mains, basically people that's their go-to console,
I like that Nintendo main.
and it's just there's nothing that I would like really want to play. Like they play like Pikmin, which is a kids game. You've got like yeah the Pokemon games, but they're kind of in a Call of Duty state where they're just pumping them out and they're not that good. It's just they haven't come out with anything that's like yeah dang I want to play that because I'm not 10 years old. Everything appeals to children still.
Right. Give him a break for Breath of the Wild though. Like that game looks is pretty cool.
Eh, even that I mean if
But
I
that's
never
it.
play
Like
it
that's
I'd
their
be fine.
biggest game.
Yeah.
Like when I watch her play it, like I like you know, it's something that I could see being on other platforms. Like it's the thing that like if I had a Switch, I would play.
Yeah.
But other than that, we play like a lot of Mario Kart, Mario Party, like just party games. Like it's nice. Like we used to like have like a couples night. Another couple would come over, and like like just one Joy-Con a person. Like four people can play on one console. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, like I used to play like Super Smash Bros. Was Ultimate and I think Melee were the two like Nintendo fighting games. And my
Yeah.
friends who were Nintendo mains used to always play that and I'd play that and that'd be fine when we all got together or like Mario Kart. It's still like I'd still play that. But everything else I've come out with it's just meh. Not
Yes,
really
man.
for me.
We're not Nintendo mains, but if you're a Nintendo main, I could totally see the appeal
Yeah.
because you've been into
But
those
like
games the whole time.
PlayStation people play PlayStation games because they grew up with them. I grew up with Nintendo games, but I still don't want to play the Nintendo games. Like I
Yeah.
just grew out of it because like at least the Sony ones you have like God of War and Just Cause and I'm forgetting the other one that was in my head, but ones that are still like you can play it past the age of like 15 and not get weird looks. But
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, like it's just not
It's
for
just not
me.
for me.
Yeah. Another thing that's
Yeah.
not for me is DMCA. Not a fan. I get it, don't like it. So I'm just kind of segueing here into something that happened, I guess last week technically. I'm pretty sure. Where
Maybe even the week before.
yeah, where big streamer by the name of Pokimane. She's one of the like the top 20. She's the like the made it big type of Twitch streamer where people come just to watch her rather than what she's playing or doing. That kind of streamer. And she watched the Avatar, like not the movie, I think it was the series. Just,
Like Airbender.
yeah, just blatantly on her stream, just played the whole thing with audio and everything. Like, didn't even try, like, we worry about it like crazy. Like, we play games where, like, if someone else starts playing music, we go into a cold sweat. We we have to worry about it more than someone who has more viewership, which I think is really stupid. Like after that happened, the stream got taken down like midstream, which is good, but it was a 2 day ban. We would have outright lost our accounts if we had someone else play music and we got 3 strikes for that, which I think is really stupid.
So you're
Like
kind of leaning towards it's not fair.
yeah, like I think anything that you do yourself, yeah, it's totally justified. Like if you're watching a full-on TV show and expecting nothing to happen when there's thousands of people watching it, and you're basically just playing something for someone else to watch, and it was paywalled too. Like it was through his streaming subscription, and all everyone else got to watch it for free. Like anything like that, I feel like, well, a 2 day ban is a joke because it's just a vacation Basically, it's a weekend off because they just come back and it's like nothing happened, or they get more attention and they get more viewership. And then for us, it would just be like account termination, basically, which is so stupid. And like,
Right, but it was like that for a lot of things on like a lot of different, not just Twitch, but like a lot of platforms, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, Mixer back in the day, or
rest
even
in
like
peace.
Facebook Gaming. Yeah.
Rest in peace to that, even though it's still alive. But
What, Facebook?
yeah, Facebook game.
I think that's getting bigger, to be honest with you. I don't think it's on the downtrend.
So weird.
And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not dead anyway.
Yeah.
But like it just like once you have that following and you're making the platform money, I feel like you get away with murder.
Yeah, and I mean, especially in this specific scenario, there's been a lot of evidence of Twitch moderators being a little biased towards people that they're potentially attracted to, let's say.
Mm,
And I think this is
I
a
like
big
that.
case of that, where it seems like
Right.
stuff is not at all evenly enforced. Like, I know Twitch as a company doesn't want to ban these people because that's like where they make the biggest chunk of their money. It's the same with XQC. I don't know if he still is, but he at least was the biggest streamer on Twitch. And he's been quote unquote banned several times now. And he keeps coming back because he makes them so much money. But when you have.
Weird how they don't say suspended; they say
No,
banned.
yeah, they got to make it sound. Well, it's because for a normal person, it would be a ban. You'd be done. You'd be out of there. Like, we'd be
Right.
gone.
Right.
But they
Oh
just have
yeah.
this immunity, and then you add on top of that that the moderators just aren't even remotely uniform in how they enforce any of the rules, which is frustrating. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like DMCA on its own, I'd be totally fine with it if it was stuff that you did. Like, yeah, I get it. I shouldn't play music that other people get to listen to for free. Like that, I'm fine with that. I know a lot of people complain. They're like, "Oh, I should be able to listen to it. It's transformative," which it isn't. You're just listening to music. Like that, I'm fine with. I know a lot of people hate it, but that's fine. I just think it's stupid when it's someone else playing it and you just happening to like be caught in it. Like in the games when someone plays music, or there is a Twitch streamer that actually got again a quote unquote ban because they were streaming just themselves walking down the street and they went past a restaurant that had music playing at like the outdoor patio and they got struck for that, which is ridiculous. Like that just seems so stupid to me, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like it,
Yeah. Like you said, like it's not fair. Like the little guys that don't make any money, but like, but it's weird. It's six and one, half dozen the other. Where you think as like a big streamer does something like that. Let's say they played like an ACDC song, like start to finish, didn't have any of the rights to it, and their video makes like I don't know what do they make on average 1,500. Somebody just like stream like 2 hours. That's as big as her. I don't know.
what in terms
And
of
let's
like
say like
viewers or money?
yeah, well like both like following and money wise. Like let's say like 2 grand off like a 2 hour video on
Yeah,
Twitch.
it'd be significantly more, but
And
yeah, we'll use that.
sure, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. And let's say like the people who handle like the legal rights of all the ACDC's music, all they got a hold of that. Like they're gonna want a chunk of that, or they're just gonna want it shut down, right? Like a cease and desist. Like, hey, now,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
like the other,
But like if it was like you and I, like who cares? Like they don't care. What are they missing?
yeah,
5 cents,
and,
a nickel.
and when they do it, that's 15,000 other people that are getting to listen to it for free. Whereas when we do it, it's like five.
That's right. It's
So
one for me usually.
if recently, but if anything, like it should be worse for them. But they just get like a slap on the wrist at most, or they joke about it like
Mm.
she did. Like she just laughed it off, and a lot of people got really mad. Like the following week after, saying basically like, "Look, you're poking the bear. DMCA is gonna like they're gonna come after Twitch more, and Twitch is going to have to start enforcing things even more, which is gonna make it worse for other people that already have to actually follow the rules." and it's just like selfish and dumb to be doing stuff like that, which
Oh
I
yeah.
totally agree with. And then it I was reading today, it somehow spun out into some other drama where I guess Pokey, like a lot of people came in saying, yeah, you're stupid for doing this, like that was really dumb, you're ruining the platform and stuff. And she called it a hate raid and said that Ninja, like the Fortnite player Ninja,
Yeah.
was heavily supporting hate raids because he agreed with the people that said that it was dumb. And now she's like going after them so much they're
Captain America: Civil
that
War.
he's filing a defamation lawsuit
What?
because, well, I kind of get it because she's telling like thousands of
Right.
people that he supports like hate raids and stuff like that, which an actual hate raid was like those bots that we used to see where like they just go into your chat and just start saying either like racist stuff or just anything that would get you
Oh,
banned.
I got a good dose. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's saying that he supports stuff like that, which isn't true at all. He's supporting the people that were saying like, yeah, it's really stupid to do that. You're ruining the platform and stuff, which like a lot of big streamers have started to say, which is nice.
Mm.
So the whole thing is just spiraling out of control even more, which is kind of interesting.
No, I like that the gif of the guy eating the popcorn at the movie theater. Like I'm just watching.
You
You know.
mean Michael
Oh.
Jackson?
Is that who that is?
Yes, it's a clip from Thriller, like the music video for Thriller, I'm pretty sure.
I've never seen the music video for Thriller. I've heard the song
Yeah, that's
hundreds of
him.
times. Damn, I never get past like the zombie walk.
It's classic.
Just turn it off.
It's a classic.
Dude, I had no idea. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're thinking of the same one because that's the one that I usually always see. Is that one.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. It is Michael Jackson now that I'm picturing it. Damn.
Yeah,
That was
unlike
like
that
after the whole,
guy.
the whole I identify as white.
No, it was before that. No,
What?
this was
No.
Thriller. This was like right at the start of like his solo career. Like if you if you look it up right now, well, I don't know what you would. You just search like
I have
Michael
to.
Jackson popcorn. He should
I'm searching
he
it right
should be
now.
in his like the red suit from Thriller. If
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it right.
Yeah, but that's like after he, sat in bleach for a week, right?
No,
What? Hang on. I'm just looking it up right now.
I very confidently know that you're wrong. If it is from Thriller.
Well, I think it's like halfway. Like
All
I
right.
think
Well,
like he's on his way. It's not like an overnight transformation. It's not like today where some people just wake up and just feel different. They identify as something different. But
no, it's 2022.
he's white. He's white as hell there.
No, that's just the exposure. If you watch the rest of the video, he is not. There's just it's just very
That's
bad
why I didn't think it
cinematography,
was.
and they're just blasting his forehead with light for some reason.
uh,
But yeah, that's from the start of the Thriller video, I think, because it starts off with him watching a movie, and then he leaves the movie theater, and that's when everything starts happening. I think.
damn, you're probably right. But like, I only remember Jackson like 5 years before he died, and then like flashbacks of when he was part of the Jackson Five. Like there's no in between.
Fair.
Is that messed up? Like I don't know. I'll never forget like eating dinner with like my parents and then just like breaking news: Michael Jackson is dead. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
that was June 2009. I don't remember the
that's
day
nuts.
anymore, but
Yeah, I don't even. How do you remember the year? 2009.
I think so.
What happened then? Nothing.
I don't even know how old I was or anything.
The economy started coming back
The
together.
only
That was it.
two times that I can distinctly remember in terms of world events were 9/11 and Michael Jackson dying.
Mm.
Up until like more recent times where I was actually aware, going back to the whole oblivious versus not thing, I guess. But
Right. 9/11 was my first day of school, so that's fun.
really?
That's how I remember it. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was at home. I remember I couldn't watch cartoons and I was really angry.
Well, it was one of the kindergartens anyway. I remember you had like the calendar of like the days that you had to go had like a star or
Yeah,
whatever
because it wasn't every day. It
or
was
an
like
apple.
3 days
Yeah,
a week or something.
imagine that. You only got to go 3 days a week. What a life.
I mean,
Now I was oblivious
I
then.
don't go to work, so work from home.
Right.
I mean, still working, I guess. But oh, and you were worried we weren't gonna have enough for a full episode. We had
Right.
for the
No, yeah.
viewers at home, we had a whole thing planned out where he would fake his death, and I'd make a YouTube video with a catchy title, and we get tons of views and stuff. But
I mean, I'd click on
I mean, it's the Shameless plug podcast, so gotta eat somehow.
it. Man's got to eat.
Yeah.
Men have to eat.
And then you would miraculously come back the next episode, so that's pretty cool.
All right, I got a fun little outro topic.
All right.
Ready? So you got to answer. Okay, so there's three possible answers to these upcoming things.
All right.
Talking about food.
Okay.
And it's either what's your favorite part of the certain food I'm going to tell you, and you got to answer fairly quickly. All right. So you have to either answer the first bite, the middle bite, or the last bite
All right. Go.
of these foods, and that's your favorite parts of these
Go.
foods. All right.
Yep.
Pizza,
First bite.
poutine,
Middle bite.
Subway,
That last bite.
burger,
Oh, there's more. Burger. Middle bite.
ice cream on a cone.
First bite. 100%.
You bite your ice cream?
Yep.
That's whack.
Yep.
That's whack. No, you're not following through.
Especially hard ice cream when you literally
Oh,
have to.
oh.
Like soft ice cream, you can like chew it with your tongue almost, but hard ice cream,
No,
you gotta get you gotta munch on it like it's any other food.
damn.
Was that supposed to catch me? Was that supposed to be the?
No, I thought of that in the moment,
okay.
but I'm happy I did. Yeah, right on. That's it for me.
All right,
I got
very
nothing
good.
else.
That was a whole extra minute of content. Now people think I'm a
That's
psychopath.
right.
Very good.
Yeah.
We started good,
Don't
we're
forget
ending
it.
good. All right. Well, ladies and gents, thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of the Shameless Plug podcast, the third episode. Still, I was gonna say you can catch us on like all these different places, but you can't because we're still only on YouTube until we figure that out. But for the time being, we're still on here, and I'll like back add these after, I guess, when we get sorted out. But yeah, for now, still just YouTube. You can catch us there. Don't forget to tell your friends, and yeah, that's gonna do it for us. I'm TMT Koku, and who were you again?
Sock.
That'll
Lick my
do
sock. 117.
it. Yep. So if you like this, feel free to like, subscribe, totally free. Really helps us out. Feel free to check out our Twitch or YouTube channels as well. Go to shamelessly plug those when we can.
Yeah. You'll see them in the description.
Yep. All right.
Probably.
Maybe.
Later, nerds.
See ya.